Oh, he just went low. He's in his head. He's in his head. He's open. His head wide open. Cracked open in the face.
Hey, what's going on guys? Mariaman 10100 back again with my annual Games of the Year list, and it's the pretty late 2018 version, so let's not waste any more time and get right into the list! Stupid joke. Sorry. And let's start off with the most disappointing game of last year. I was very hyped in getting this, and when I played it, I was immensely disappointed in the game. Massive difference between the trailer and the actual game here, and I already made a video about the story, or lack thereof, of the story, and how to play that. This game just made me angry when, if they tweaked a couple of things, it would be a much better product overall. Seen some of the DLC characters, and they're cool, but can't be too excited if the overall game is shit. Next game, please. Played this a little bit for a video last year, but I haven't went back to it yet. Although that might be seen as a detriment to the game, it's really not, because if it's anywhere close to what I played on the Wii U version, and just better performance, that's more than enough for me. On my list of games to beat though, so that's something. I have played and beaten the story of this game, and I had a really fun time all the way through. I did start guest star mode, but haven't went back for a while. I did start that around when I finished my original playthrough, so I know that's probably because I didn't want to burn myself out over the game and such. Love the added DLC friends and story too, even though I haven't went back yet, but I'm pretty excited to go back for that content. My first impression of Street Fighter V wasn't very positive initially, and you could see my video on that via the First Impression series to see that reaction. And although I wasn't happy hearing Capcom go back on the promise of no re-releases of Street Fighter V, this was very deserved, and overall, it's a much better product. It got me to buy it again, so that's something in and of itself, and although I haven't played much of the new content over time, like arcade mode, the new characters, and the story mode, I'm now happier to have this game again because it's a so much better game now. Even though I was hyped about this game, I didn't actually play much of it to be honest. Maybe I played a whole playthrough with Mighty the Armadillo. Not sure if I completed that playthrough or not, but other than that, I've played a little bit of Encore mode, and that's really it. But hey, physical copy of Sonic Mania, so that basically sells itself. Do play this if you haven't played Sonic Mania yet, because it is a great time. Highly recommend it. Look, an indie game made it on the list. Not very often that that's happened on my channel, especially with these Games of the Year lists, but seeing this game in Nintendo's E3 showcase last year, I thought this looked like a great game, and like say Celeste, was one I wanted to give a go, so I did. But I didn't really enjoy it. I gave it a go and there's things I do like about the game, but overall it just didn't feel like my thing. I don't mind spending the money on this and giving it a go though, because you just never know with indie games. Now, to a high-octane fighting game that a lot of people love. I'll say this right now, this game's art style and visual flair looks so spectacular. It's incredible how they made this game look, especially in super speed motion with key blasts flying all over the screen and punches and kicks moving so fast through the air. I will say, I like this game, but not as much as I would have hoped. The story and arcade modes in this game are very basic and or are pretty disappointing. And I know stories in fighting games are usually not interstellar to say the least, but games like Mortal Kombat and Injustice can get it right. And besides, this is Dragon Ball. Not all the stories in the anime are really great, to be fair, but there's a lot of story arcs and episodes that are, and that for me is disappointing. Plus, half the DLC are reskins or retooled Gokus and Vegetas. Like, what even? Man, I want to love this game more, but I can't. Well, after being back in full swing with online Call of Duty again with World War II in 2017, I thought it would be on just as much with Black Ops 4 after my two very positive experiences with the online betas. But I haven't played the game much, which sucks because multiplayer felt really good, and Blackout is a really great time, especially playing with friends. Like, this is my only experience with the Battle Royale style of game, and my thoughts on playing it were very positive. Too many games to play, and unfortunately that's why this game has suffered in my playtime, which is a shame because it's a really good game. Gonna start by saying I've heard so much positivity about Spider-Man 2, but I've never played it myself. So not having previous knowledge on that game, I was curious how this game was gonna handle, and it handles like a dream. It feels fantastic, and combat feels a little like the Batman Arkham games, so pretty smooth combat too. I will say I do get ganged up a lot in some combat situations and fail badly, but that's entirely on me and not the game's fault. This would have been my game of the year, to be honest, if one other game coming up didn't come out. So I highly recommend that if you haven't played it yet and or do have a PS4, that you play this game if you get time. It'll be worth it. Gonna say this, I didn't play much of this game at all. Not because I didn't enjoy the game or the controls, because they are fantastic in their own right, but just because at the time and right now, I've got too many games to play and catch up on. So I'm going to put this game on the back burner for right now and complete a couple big games before going back into it. Plus, my dad loves the God of War series, so that's another reason to go back to it eventually to see his reaction to what the game and story holds. Good game, just don't have enough time to play it right now. Gave this game a fair shot, but I didn't continue past Misty's Gym. The game is good, but not something that was absolutely for me and such. I gave it its fair shot because I didn't want to judge the game until I actually played it for myself, and you know, I'm happy I did give it a shot because it felt pretty fun to play, and the fact that it was only using one controller is pretty impressive. Not a spectacular game to me, but I've seen so many people enjoy it, so I can't fault it on anything. Didn't realize this released in 2018. Like, I thought this was out before that, and I was just putting off buying it until the money was right. But nope, surprised me there. Anyway, I really only played the first Devil May Cry game, and it plays alright considering it's an HD version of DMC1 on PS2, but I didn't get very far in that game before dropping it. I will get into DMC 2 and 3 because I need to play those before touching DMC 5, so my thoughts on it right now is only okay. Almost forgot this came out in 2018, and that's not a good thing for a game like this. I didn't play much of the Wii U original, or the 3DS version in Legends, and that's because even though it's great for action and that Dynasty Warriors type of gameplay, the game is not much more than that, which is a shame because with each version of this game, I've been excited for its announcement. Anyway, next game please, because I'm just really depressed for this game. A new Megaman game, which continues the up and up trend of Capcom as of late with titles like Resident Evil 7 and Monster Hunter World. Now, I personally didn't get into this game, which sucks, but I'm happy with how it controls and the fact that Mega Man is back in his own platformers again. It's been a while, but thank God he's back. And from fan and player reception, he might stay around for a long while yet. And I can't wait. You all know the game. When talking about Spider-Man earlier, I said I would have put that as my favourite game of 2018, but it was beaten by another game. Well, take a guess which game beat it. Yep, this game. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I couldn't be happier to have it as my number one game of 2018. Considering how excited for this game I was, I'm happy it's pretty much exceeded my expectations. New characters, new modes, a new adventure and story mode. There's so much good here, it's criminal. Anyway, if you wonder if we can get any higher for this list, nope, because this game is number one. Anyway, to return back down to earth, we get a remaster of a game I played a lot of back on the PS3, and with EA at the helm, we basically got the same game from 2008 and 9 on the PS4, only with the DLC at the start. So basically it's a Game of the Year edition in 2018. No additions above that or anything. Why? It's just disappointing, and I was excited to see the Burnout brand return, but I hope the next game, if one happens, is awesome and original. So with that list out of the way, let's get into games I was interested in 2018, but I didn't get or buy. Super Mario Party, Layton's Mystery Journey, Celeste, Nintendo Labo, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker Switch version, Megaman X Legacy Collection 1 and 2, Okami HD, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 for the Nintendo Switch, Shadow of the Colossus PS4, Xenoblade 2 Torna The Golden Country, Soul Calibur 6, WarioWare Gold, Persona 3, 4 and 5 Dancing Games, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Luigi's Mansion 3DS version, Dark Souls Remastered for the Switch, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, Mario Tennis Aces, and Octopath Traveler. And that's all the games of 2018 that I wanted or got. Any other recommendations from you guys for games that I should look at? Write them down in the comments. Anyway, sorry this list took so long to do, and I hope that 2019's list is up and ready around when the year ends. So with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This has been Mario Man 10100. You guys have a great day or night, and of course, take care.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!